What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Tanisha coming to you today again. How are you doing? Good. I'm glad. I really am. I'm coming to you today to just ask you, why are you so afraid? Why are you afraid? Tell me. I'll wait. What is it that you're afraid of? Why are you allowing fear to guide you and direct you where you need to go? Why are you allowing fear to dictate to you what you should do and when you should do it? Why are you allowing the things that you are afraid of to keep you in a position of no growth, a position of no advancement, a position of no change? Why are you allowing fear to do that for you? That's my question for you today. Fear, false evidence appearing real. That's the acronym that I gave to it. False, meaning it's not real. Evidence, appearing means maybe, could be real, but it's not. False evidence appearing real. Why are you allowing fear to prevent you from launching out and starting that business? Why are you allowing fear to prevent you from engaging in that godly relationship that you know is for you? Why are you allowing fear to make you make decisions like shacking up with him because you know good and you think you can't afford the bills? So you say, why don't I go ahead and live with him and then we can pay the bills together when you know he's not your husband? Tell me why you're allowing fear to do that to you. Why are you allowing fear to make you stay on a job for 15 years that you utterly despise, and you have the money to launch out and start your own business, but you're just afraid to do it because you won't have that check coming every week or every 2 weeks? These are my questions. These are genuine questions to you. And these are questions that I've asked myself. Myself personally, I went from the practice of law to doing makeup and hair. Big jump. And I had no clientele. Yes, no clientele. And that was about, 10 years ago? Now I'm good. But my point being this, if I never would have just launched out and just jumped and said, you know what, I'm not going to be afraid, I never would have got to be able to experience what I experience now, the flexibility of entrepreneurship and just the gratification and satisfaction of being able to be around my son more often than I would have had I practiced law. That's just one instance. Or what about another instance where I felt, I'm going to be transparent. There was a time where I felt like, I've shacked up with one guy in my life. And I felt like, maybe we need to stay together so we can both save some money, so we can pay these bills, and it'll be easy on both of us. Yes, it was easy, but it wasn't what God had for me. And it wasn't the best thing for me. It was just the thing that I did at that point in time. And I ultimately ended up breaking up with him. And I ultimately ended up back in the same spot, which was, am I going to trust God? This time I stepped out and trusted God. And now I'm in my own spot doing my own thing. Thank you, Lord. And there's no problem. So there's a lot of you out there who are looking at your circumstances like, I'm just afraid of this and I'm afraid of that. And I'm afraid that this may happen. I'm afraid of failure. Some of y'all are even afraid of success. Go figure. But you're just afraid. But this is what I would say to you. Especially if you're a Christian, but even if you're not a Christian. Because there's a lot of non-Christians out there. Do you not believe in yourself? Do you not think that you're capable of something more than what you are doing right now? I'm not trying to sound like an Everest commercial, but there's so much power and intellect and knowledge and ability wrapped up on the inside of you that you've not even tapped into yet. There's so many things. There's so much greatness. There's so much potential. There's so much just wonder inside of you that you've not even tapped yet, simply because you're just used to being the hamster on the wheel. Get up, go to work, get up, go to work, get up, go to work, feed the kids, feed the husband, get up, go to work. You're used to being the hamster on the wheel. I say for a moment, jump off of that wheel. Jump off of that wheel and begin to write down those things that if you could do them tomorrow and there would be no consequences and you had all the money in the world to do them, what would you be doing different than what you're doing now? What is fear preventing you from experiencing in life? There's this picture over my shoulder and it says, live life. There is no take two. And there's a movie ticket in the top left-hand corner. In other words, When it's over, it's over. When they lower you down into that ground, they lower you down into that ground. When your mother or your father or your family member shed that tear is shed. What will you have done for yourself and for your legacy that will have broken out of the box, that will have been more than just go to work, go to home, go to sleep, go to work, go home, go to sleep? What will you have done? What will you have said? You know what? I didn't let fear stop me. There was a point in time, again, like I said, when I practiced law and I jumped right over into makeup artistry and hair. And where I was working at, I had no clientele, so I had to get my clientele by going passing out flyers. And I built my clientele and built it. But there was times where I would have $2 to my name, in my hand, nothing in my bank account, $2 to my name, and I had I had the gas that was in my car to get to where I lived or worked on the other side of town. Now, I could have been fearful, like, I'm not going to work. I don't have no money to get back home. Or I could have said to myself, which is what I said to myself, go down there, have faith that somebody's going to come, customers are going to come, and you're going to be able to get back home. Oftentimes, not only was I able to get back home, but I had excess. I had revenue because I started operating in faith versus my fear. There's even sometimes, like even as an entrepreneur now, there's sometimes where I look at my account and I'm like, ooh, this bill is due. I don't really want to pay it until I get some more in. Again, I'm operating in fear. But still, what do I go ahead and do? I go ahead and I pay the bill. And it seemed like no sooner than I pay the bill, I get a call. Well, girl, can you come do this? Can you come do this wedding? Can you come do this event? Me and my girls, we need this done. Or, can you do this photo shoot? It's so wild. But it's been a thing that God has been teaching me. Operating your faith on a consistent basis. Not Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we're going to operate in fear. But then Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday and Saturday we're going to operate in faith. No. It needs to be a consistent thing. So I just want to encourage somebody who's operating in fear, and you're operating in fear. Come out of it. Come out of the fear. It's time to come out of the fear. You're either going to believe that God is who he said he is to you, or you're going to not believe who he is. So which one are you going to do? That's my question to you. And that's what I want you to think about today. Are you going to choose faith or are you going to choose fear? Either one, it's your choice. This has been your girl Tanisha giving you a big old hug from afar. And until next time,